Hi guys, today we are going to learn about QGIS. For the very beginners, that is, uh, we will learn how to download it, set it up, and all that. As you can see, mine I've already downloaded it and opened it. But if you want to, you can download it from the website. Just open your favorite website and search for QGIS, rather QGIS. You can click on that. I usually advise on downloading the most stable form, and that is the long-term release. So you can click on the LTR version here, or you can use the latest one, but it might be unstable because it's a better version. So click on that long-term release, and then it will be downloading right there. Since I have mine downloaded and installed, I'll just cancel that download, and we shall begin from where we have it here. So the first screen it will give you if you launch it after you've installed it is this. And so first things first, you might need to set up some plugins for this course, and my plugins are like so. Plugins are just some little programs that help you do things much more efficiently and easier. So QGIS has a plugin repository like so, where you can have all the plugins you want there. You can download them from there. Mine, the installed ones are like so. So you can just pause the video and download the ones that are checked, and yeah, can go on. So first things first, we need to learn how to create a layer. So for those ones who have some background in GIS software like Google Earth, maybe if I can just open one. In Google Earth, working on Google Earth is quite straightforward. You have your canvas. Let me just set up my Google Earth so that we can move fast. So assuming you have your Google Earth there, adding points is quite straightforward. You just come, click on there, add point, add another, like so. Maybe name the point like the way you want, or you may do property edit like that. In QGIS, it's quite different. So if you want to do that, you must create those layers separately. So the first layer I'm going to create here, I'm just going to create a simple test layer. I had created previous layers here. Maybe if I can just delete them. So we can create a layer, maybe buildings. And this layer, this will be a point layer. And we can add a field in the layer, say name field, and number of units field. So this is just assuming, oh, so that's the end of, okay, maybe I can name it units. This is just assuming that you are doing digitization for buildings with names and having them included the number of units that they have. So add to field there. Let me just remove that field again and do that again, because I want to make sure that the type is integer type. I'll show you in a few where I did so. So units and the name. The name is a string type and the units is an integer type. So say OK, or rather click OK. Now the canvas is blank. You may not know what it is, where you are clicking on. So I might want to add. So keeping in mind the plugins that we had installed previously, my plugins I have installed quite a few, and one of them is Quick Map Services, which enables me to load overlay maps, or rather maps that I can use to reference my work. So say like Google Hybrid, if I click on it, you can see it loads up. I can zoom to a place that I want to edit. I can also use another layer, say Google Satellite. To see that, you must disable this other one, or you could bring this one on the upper side and interchangeably set them on and off like so. You can also add other files like so. So if you install your plugins for Quick Map Services, it might not have this right from the go. So you will have to go to settings and in more services, then say get contributed pack, and then it will download the pack, say OK, save, and then you'll come to web again and you'll now see these layers like so. Now we were to digitize our buildings in, say, Nairobi, where I am from. We can start by highlighting that layer. Click toggle editing. This is just to make the layer editable, because things are different in QGIS. You just don't edit from anywhere. Add point. Click on the desired point that you want to digitize at, and maybe I can name this building Jogo House. This is just for example. Units, maybe it has 33 units, and right there we have that point. Maybe do another point here, name it KICC car park. This one maybe has 23 units, and so on and so forth. Maybe this one's Highlands, whichever the case. This one has 12 units. Yeah. So now let me just do the satellite. You will notice that in QGIS, the labels are not set, they don't show automatically. You have to switch on the labels if you want to see the names of the buildings as you had created them. So to do that, you come to this tool right here, layer labeling, and as you can see, it has highlighted the layer that I want, so buildings. And then here in labels, or rather in no labels, just click single labels. And here you can actually add the size of the labels. If I can switch off the maps, you can see the labels are already showing. But with the map on, it becomes difficult to see. So maybe add the size to say 15. And to make it even more visible, we can draw a buffer on the layers. So there you have it. Your layers are showing. Maybe even have the color of the buffer different, maybe in green or maybe in blue, whichever the case. Go back, and there you have it. So you can close that tab, and now we have your layers with the names on them. If I wanted to say have the labels as the number of the units of the houses, I could just come here and choose units instead of name. So having units now shows the units of the houses as the labels of the features that you have digitized on the map. So you can just close that. A good thing I like, a good feature I like using on QGIS is the statistic tool, and clicking here, it will show you this tab here, and with this one, you can actually do some statistics on the features that you have digitized. Now, there's something you can notice here. I have 3 features that I have digitized on this map on the canvas, and on these 3 features that are digitized, having highlighted the units field, I can now see the sum of all those units that I had digitized as 68. So all these units are 68, and I can see them right from the go. And taking up a notch, taking it up a notch, we can actually do the statistics by selecting the individual features that we want. Say we had more buildings. Let's just digitize more buildings for the sake of this example. Maybe have this building called Joy Building with, say, 23 or maybe 44 homes, rather units. And another one, maybe Square Building, we'll say 21 units. So assuming that I was doing my work on QGIS, and I want to do some statistics on this, I just want to know the sum of these 3 buildings. What I can do is come to this tool here, having set these statistics like so, the buildings and the units. I come to this selection tool, maybe just do selection features, then drag and just choose just those 3. You can see you can see this changes to 56 as the total number of units, having selected the 3 units that are here on the canvas. If I select these 2, you can see that's 33, which is also correct. And that is the reason why I chose to use the units feature have the integer value, so that it is possible to have these statistics done according to the numbers that I had inputted. Yeah, so we can also use a different selection mode like polygon, and do that for this maybe 3 buildings, or rather maybe just these 3 here, and you can see that's 66. Or we can use the freehand tool. The freehand tool, you click once and release, and then use your mouse to circle the ones that you want, then left click again and You can find your total units there. We can have, maybe we can add another layer, or rather create another layer, shapefile layer, and this one will be a lines layer. So in short, we just want to do an example of creating a lines feature. So this one we can name it maybe name it FOC. My background being fiber, I do digitization of fiber optic cables. So you can use FOC as the name, or rather just remove that. We can actually name this layer FOC rather. And then this one, that is to denote fiber optic cable. And this one we can name it, we can use a field called maybe cause, or maybe even name of the fiber. You can remove this and add that. Say OK. So now we can digitize this line, say from this point to that point to that point. Right click, and then it gives you the option to name that feature. Maybe I can name it 24 core fiber optic cable. Say OK, and there we have it. We have that line now. It might not be visible, so now maybe the next thing I can teach you is how to change the symbols for these features. So if you want to change the symbols for, say, this point feature, let me just bring this one up here. If you want to change the symbols for buildings, go to properties after right clicking, and then come here, click on the marker. We can have maybe this type of symbol. If you want to change the layer color, you can click on that. Maybe use blue and say OK. So that now changes. You will notice that these yellow ones are the ones that we had selected previously. So if you want to deselect them, just click on the selection tool and then click outside, and it will deselect the features that you had previously selected. I have changed the symbol layers for that particular layer. We can also change the symbol for this one so that it becomes more visible on the map. I will use maybe a blue color to give it a blue color, and then maybe add some thickness, maybe 0.5. Do apply, and you can already see that it changes the symbol for that particular layer. Now, having digitized all your stuff on QGIS, QGIS has a very neat way of saving data, and in QGIS you have to do that manually. So you can save all the edits for these files at a go by just coming here in this tool called current edits. Click it and then come to save for all layers. When you do that, it will save for all these layers. Without doing that, it won't save, and if you close, you might lose your data. So it's a good it's good practice to always save your layers using this method. Another thing is, since we have already created our styles for our layers, if we were to close this session, or rather close QGIS, we might need to recreate, or rather redo the layer symbols for all these, because when you load the layers again, it starts from scratch. So to make sure that you save your workspace and retain all the styles that you had created, you need to do a save project file. So save as, and you can see I had already created before another file. Maybe we will just call it test2, and there you have it. We now have this file, this session saved as test2. Just to demonstrate what I mean, let us say new project. So now we are in a new session, or rather we can even close it and come here and load QGIS again. So now when we load QGIS and to open these files, we can just do a drag and drop of these files. So since they are shapefiles, the shapefiles usually save in they usually save a different number of files. So for one layer, you'll have a total number of four files. One is an SHX file, the other PRJ, SHP, and open blah 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 there. So the one that you are most interested in is this one, the SHP file. So you just click on those, highlight those, and drag and drop them inside QGIS. As I had told you, it now loads up the layers like so. So you can see the styles that we had edited, they are gone. So to avoid that, and good thing that we had saved our project file, you just come to the project file, test2, and just drag and drop it like so. So it will actually load up QGIS from the last point you were, and also load up the styles like so. So it's like a workspace file. That is all for now, and maybe next time we shall learn about some other stuff. And if you like this, please feel free to share and leave your comments on what else you may want to know about QGIS, or just stuff that you may have not gotten clear. That's all for today. Goodbye.